He- Hello, everybody, and we are live. Okay, I mean, as always, I'm going to be super excited for what we have coming up today, and we're going to be giving a few minutes for people to hop on. I see we already have a bunch of people joining. Hey, everybody, shoot us a message in the chat. Let's greet our guest today, because today we're going to be talking about something super cool, and that's going to be N8N in general. And then we're going to be focusing specifically on how to build your AI agent through N8N that replies to your messages on Aimfox. Now, by the way, I know this is probably one of the most requested features we have. So this N8N build is going to help you kind of bridge the gap until we come to a stage where we launch native functionality for this AI agent that's going to be replying to your messages. And by the way, this is a feature that we have planned for Q3. So like it's right around the corner. But until Q3, with us today, we have Jovan from N8N Labs. Hey, Jovan, welcome to the live. We have a bunch of people joining, and we're super excited to have you here.
Hey, Alex, thanks for introduction, and as well, super excited to be on this one and showcase how actually you can leverage your inbox with Aimfox MCP, and this is what we are doing in the N8N lab actually, and we already have some results. I will showcase this in this webinar.
Awesome. I mean, guys in the audience, as you can guess by the name of their company, N8N Lab, you can guess what they specialize in, and that's building some pretty cool stuff with N8N. All right, so we have a decent amount of people already joining. Probably a few people are going to be hopping on as we're kicking things off. There will be a recording of this live. It'll be on our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go to Aimfox Official and you subscribe, and then you can basically keep track of all the cool content that we're dropping there. And next week, just an announcement for the live that we have coming up next week. Next week, we're going to be bringing on another one of our experts from Aimfox. That's going to be showing you how to fully leverage the MCP server with Claude and all the amazing things you can do. So, all right, Jovan, give us a quick background just about yourself before we kick things off. What do you work in? Just give us some context, and then we can start diving deep into those amazing builds.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. So just a quick intro for the audience. I'm Jovan, co-founder of the N8N Lab. So we are the AI automation agency that specializes in the N8N, but as well we build some OpenClaw agents as well. And we actually, I believe, I'm for a long time in the agency space. I was a founder of one marketing agency that I exited and sold 2 years ago. So right now I'm building the AI native agency, and I think the AI native service businesses are the future. So definitely, if you are here from the service business or any other type of the business, I think the AI can give you a great leverage if you, of course, utilize this smartly and build a proper logic behind before you build the single automation live. Yeah, so pretty much that's it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I see definitely a big trend that obviously who's not on the AI choo-choo train and making their apps AI native and just support, they're definitely lagging behind. So we're trying to empower users as much as possible. One of the fun facts that we have we have a huge portion of our user base who is using the MCP server, who is using N8N. We have hundreds of users that have daily active N8N campaigns. So definitely, I think this is the direction that the whole industry is going in. What do you have for us today? Let's
dive in. Yeah, let's dive in. So what is our what we we are the Aimfox user, obviously. So what we did is actually we are running some DM campaigns, and we do not try to spam people around. So our DM is pretty much simple. So we build a document that actually outlines our best 10 or maybe more 15 N8N automations, and we are just sharing this with our network. So there is no like follow-ups after this or anything. So, and our hypothesis is because we are very lean team and we are not the lead gen agency. So our hypothesis is okay, if someone respond, how we can like respond back as quickly as we can to the person in the inbox, and actually I can start sharing and just present what we did.
Yeah, man.
So this is our use case, and what we actually
We don't see your screen.
yep,
So you
right
yeah.
now I
All
believe
right, I'll add you to stage.
Yep, right now is
Perfect.
yeah, you can see my screen. Okay, this is the actual N8N automation, and just for you guys, you know how you can find inside the Aimfox, you have an integration section, so you can choose between natively connect with all of these tools. But if you want to go with an N8N, you either choose the N8N or MCP servers. So what we have here is actually our hypothesis, as I said, is because we already have the campaigns running inside the Aimfox, what is happening, and we are handling a different profiles, like I don't know, 4 or 5 profiles, which we are using to send these N8N templates that we built. Our hypothesis is okay. We have one person that manage a couple of profiles. What will happen if someone reply, and how this person can make a decision what to do next. So what we did as well is just a second. This is not the channel. Just a second. Yeah, let me, a lot of Slack channels. So what we did as well, we created a dedicated Slack channel, okay, where actually that person receives, okay, whether it is required the human in the loop or AI send the message automatically. So I will get into the workflow itself. So how the workflow starts is actually the workflow triggers when someone reply to your message in your LinkedIn inbox. That means when you actually got the reply in your LinkedIn inbox. So the message is like not the message, but the workflow starts like workflow. The trigger is okay, someone got replied from a specific Aimfox campaign into your LinkedIn inbox. Okay, and this is where we have actually the rule. This is where you see the Aimfox logo. Okay, that means this is connection between the Aimfox and N8N. Okay, we got our reply from the specific Aimfox campaign to the LinkedIn inbox. Then we have some different formatting rules, how we aggregate the data and so on. So this is like a more advanced step. And what is where the first agents comes in. So we have 2 agents. We have an agent that actually decides what should be do next. That means this is actually where the AI creates a leverage, because this is not like just an automation. This is where you actually put your AI agent into the action. So we have first agent is doing the intent classification. What does it mean? That means depending on the type of the message, okay, this agent will classify whether there is a human in the loop or human review needed. They will notify if the lead is not interested, which is very important. And if leads is interested, that means if send the positive reply, then it will reply automatically to this message. Okay, so this is actually, I will just go beyond the automation. This is where the AI gives you the real leverage, because right now, you don't have just a workflow that starts with a trigger and go with some conditional automating rule or linear automating rule. You actually can build an agent who can decide and route what should be done next. And this is where our Slack connection, also you can connect with the Slack, comes in, because if agent decide that human review is needed or lead is not interested, they will send us, as you can see here. Okay, for example, you see here notification, this is not interested, okay, lead, and this is like what is happening and needs a human review. And will also send the message when they reply to the specific prospect or person who replied to your inbox. And what is happening, what is very important, this is the second agent who actually wrote the reply. What does it mean? That means we have a prompt, okay? This is prompt, let's say it can be widely used. That means that it can resonate what is inside the message and can send, a proper reply back. And what is important, you should build that prompt and that agent to track your campaign. That means to resonate with your campaign. For example, you should explain, for example, if you have ABM campaign, blah, 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 you should explain what is the goal and purpose of this campaign, and this agent will track what is inside this campaign, because with MCP server and N8N, the agent will know what the campaign is all about and can send automatic reply based on the what prospect actually replied. And when this happens, is actually, as you can see here, send a message through the Aimfox and also notifies us in the Slack channel. So what is very important in this workflow, as I said, is this workflow is connected to the specific campaign. That means it is not like a widely used across all campaigns inside the Aimfox account. That means every campaign that you have in the Aimfox account should have a dedicated workflow and this template of like what we built. And as well, this will we will like share this template with you after this webinar, so you can test it on yourself and provide you a comprehensive guideline. So what is actually right now, we can test it out, like I can give you the live walkthrough. Here I can execute this workflow should execute automatically, but right now, just for the reference, I will execute the workflow, and you can see here that is actually workflow is right now, all passes or steps are passed, and right now we have the a delay where agent doing the reasoning, crafting the message, and right now agent send the message, and you can see here in our inbox right now, this is just a working session between our two profiles that we own, and you can see here on this conversation, you see the just a second, I need to refresh this. Yes, and it's yes, it's 4:13, and you see here, that agent actually replied to the message of, hey Nemanja, what is the kind of the automation that you specifically built? And Nemanja asked question back like, of your current setup, maybe I can suggest something that cuts it down. So that means this is how this is more like a live demo. And I can show you as well in our, I think here we have, I think yesterday, yes, this is, yeah, you see here, this is our, yes, yesterday that happened, is actual campaign where we send this like a lead magnet, and you see here that this prospect reply, thanks for sharing, I saw you have a voice agent, so actually this prospect or whatever reads what is the inside this this document and reply like with some message that we didn't anticipate to happen. And you see here that like the message is great to hear that. I can we built this for property management, and Nemanja suggested, because Nemanja, this profile, this is our co-founder, technical person, developer, engineer who built the automation, replied, do you want me to connect you with Jovan, with me? And he replied with a message, and right now I think Igor is in my inbox. And as well, this is what happened. Right now I'm sharing sensitive data of my inbox, but never mind. Yes,
close your eyes, guys. Close your eyes.
Yeah. What happened to me as well with this campaign, you can see the same campaign, like the same message that Nemanja did, I think, but maybe we have a tweaking in some areas. But you see, I sent also the lead magnet, and the prospect replied like also a question that I didn't anticipate, like whether I am an engineer, blah, blah, blah. And the cool thing is that this is where I received the human in the loop. That means the agent sent me, do you want to send this? And defined that similar video that I actually posted where I mentioned in the ATIO. So I built the POG revenue system, and he saw, because the prospect ask me, do you work with an ETIO by any chance? And AI just read that in this post and video I mentioned the ETIO. So it replies me back into Slack, okay, do you want to send this? And I just approved, and actually agent helped me to craft way better and very tailored response to the client, and replied, I don't know when my reply happened. Yeah, in I don't know, less than 10 minutes or maybe more than 10 minutes. Okay, and then we just continue conversation further. So this is actually work with us, and we are really satisfied that we can manage this, because as I said, we are very small lean team. We are handling lead gen or whatever DM campaigns across the several profile, and this really help us to improve our speed to response, improve our relevance in the messaging, and just not lose people in the inbox. So pretty much that's it. Very quick, very straightforward. I want to give a shout out to Darko and Matea from our team, who actually built this, and they spend a reasonable amount of hours to build a workflow, to do a prompting, to create a complete logic behind the campaigns we are running, and so on. So it required a lot of technical and creative work behind. So pretty much that's it. I'm open, guys, to any of your.
We lost him. Looks like he's not open to questions. He was like, "I'm done." Mic drop, and he's gone. All right, he's back. All right, you're back. I was like, he's not taking any questions. He's just dropping the mic, and he's finished.
This is usually how I finish up the conversations. I'm joking. Actually, I just pressed the wrong button instead of stop screen share. I think I'm not the first person.
Happened to me also.
Who did that.
So by the way, guys in the audience, now is the time to ask your questions. I have some of my own I'm going to start with, but please, in the comments, drop questions that you have, and then we're going to be picking them up one by one. I already see we have some questions coming in, but please, this is now is the time for the Q&A, right? We got quickly to it. I have one question for you, and I'm asking for your honest answer. So, right?
Yeah.
So this is not me asking you to sugarcoat it. So one of the things that we get asked a lot by advanced users that are moving over to Aimfox from other tools is how fast does your API sync new replies that come in, and how fast are the webhooks? And we've heard that a lot of other tools have multiple hour delays for this. What has your experience been like, and what do you usually see as the speed of the replies being tracked inside of Aimfox?
Yeah, I can give this answer. Like inside the Aimfox, when I just logged in the app natively, when I'm logged in actually in the Aimfox, it happens to me. I never tracked, but I didn't have the issues of delay, like opening in parallel LinkedIn account versus Aimfox. I think I don't know if it happens simultaneously or in the real time.
It should be simultaneous.
I haven't noticed any delay. And what is the most important thing for this building this automation workflow, which is more complex? Okay, we haven't noticed that there is a big delay. So that I want to say we didn't have a struggle because of your API or integrations to build this workflow. That means there is no broken APIs or things like that. Technically, I believe that was very smooth.
Yeah. So the only place that I know that we have a problem, and it's not specifically us having a problem, it's a LinkedIn Sales Navigator problem. So when you have Sales Navigator on your account, and when you have the Sales Navigator inbox, Sales Navigator inbox is not as responsive as your normal LinkedIn inbox in terms of there are lags on their sides. And you need to, inside of LinkedIn, you need to refresh the Sales Navigator inbox in order sometimes to see replies that are not showing up. So one of the functionalities that we are adding now in our API, we're going to give you guys the functionality to trigger an inbox refresh through the API. So for example, if you have Sales Navigator account, you can set, for example, a rule to refresh the inbox like every 1 minute or every 6 minutes. And we don't do anything destructive on the account. We just open the inbox like every 60 seconds, every 3 minutes, every whatever. This issue is only applicable to Sales Navigator accounts and Sales Navigator inboxes, because there we do see a bit of a delay, but the delay is not on our side, it's on LinkedIn's side. And the only way we can mitigate that is through by giving you guys through the API and through the app the option to refresh the Sales Navigator inbox. So just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. No, that's very useful. I can say from my side, this is what like this I'm the like I'm more here for the strategy. I'm not the actual N8N builder. We have on this webinar our N8N expert, Shutauto Matea, and he built this and he didn't report any like issues or bugs or frustration like, oh, this broke this, etc.
I mean,
so I'm very
we are kind of like, we want to make things as perfect as possible, so I'm looking at like thousands and thousands of users, and like we're picking up issues and trying to improve them. But I'm happy that I'll
be honest with you, we work with the big companies, we integrate their Salesforce, HubSpot, and so on. Believe me, there is like the more complex software you have, the more data, the bigger chances of like API connections to broke or API specific API keys. This happen. This is totally normal, and this is why it's required to have someone who can support you with like when it comes to these technical things, like whether you're building with Cloud Code or MCP or N8N, to have someone to, because it is mostly about like some things are not totally on you. So we have a lot of questions. I'm glad.
We have a lot of questions coming in. Like as soon as you stop talking, they just started like rocketing in. Let's go through the easy ones. How can we access the workflow you just illustrated? Is this going to be available to the audience?
Yes, we will share this with the audience, and it will. I believe you will get notified via email, or where this resource lives. So we will share with you.
We will send them an automated email after the webinar tomorrow with the rewatch of this, and we will also share the workflow. And by the way, guys, we are planning on working with the N8N Labs team on expanding and building more N8N templates that you could use. So that is something you can keep your eyes out on, because we have some pretty cool things coming up.
Just watch for either integrations page on the N8N website, and as well it will be published on the Aimfox dedicated domain. So you will have plenty of other templates there. So this is, I think, exclusive for this webinar. Yeah,
that's the plan. Hey, Vladislav. Great. Okay, so does your automation reply only to the first campaign reply, or any incoming messaging in the conversation?
Yeah, it replies just to right now to the first message, okay, and after this first reply, okay, human should take from there. But as well, we can expand. It is possible totally to expand, but requires more creative / automation engineering work, and it's possible. That means the Aimfox and N8N have that capability to build an agent who can reply, actually handle the entire inbox conversation. But the more, like, the thing is, why it replies, I will just share once again screen quickly, why it replies to the first message. And I see a lot of questions how we, how we can manage this to reply in the relevant context, how we are sure that we will not share any sensitive information, and so on. This is what I try to explain. So this agent work like a root agent, work on, let's say, more strict rules. So that means they have intelligence to understand whether this needs a human in the loop, whether this is lead not interested, or it can decide, because he communicated with this agent, okay, the second AI agent is capable to reply to this message. Okay, this is what is important. And the second important thing is your actual prompt, and how you will see our prompt that we used. the thing is that you should build a prompt and give a lot of details around your campaign. That means you should explain the goal of the campaign, what typically should reply to the campaign, and so on. So that means this is my tip, when you want to build this prompt, okay, because it's connected to the specific campaign inside the Aimfox, try to be very detailed and have a very good brief and very good context on what this campaign is all about. And this is how you will improve the chance of getting the good reply to your prospective customer. And as well, as I said, these two agents are kind of communication. That means once the, let's say, intent classification agent understands this is what other agent can reply, okay, it also reads the context from the prompt and so on. So actually, these two parts are very important, like relevant context to your core campaign that you are sending to having the prompt, and how these two agents will collaborate, communicate, and so on. So yeah, pretty much that's it. This is this is what is called the agentic system, because agentic system is when you have the two agents who can decide and collaborate. Like, this is not a linear workflow automation, because a lot of people right now with an AI, a linear automation, still they are calling this AI automation, and it's not.
Ivan, do we have to use N8N, or it can be Claude agents, for example?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You answer.
I think you better answer this question.
Simple answer is yes. So you can use the MCP server and just run things directly. N8N is just a layer that kind of might be easier for some users, but yes, both works.
Yeah, my quick tip here will be that with Claude, you will just use a Claude. You cannot build with a Claude. You can build if you want to expand this. Like if you want to build a multi-agent, or workflow with a Claude, it will be harder to expand this. So if you want to have just one reply back and less comprehensive automation, you could go with Claude. If you're anticipating that you need something more complex, then go with an N8N. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Vladislav, what happens when the prospect's reply is something like "Hello, Jovan," and the automation gets the conversation before the prospect typed their next message?
What happens when the prospect reply?
So, if there isn't enough, if you don't wait enough between the first and the second message from the lead. So lead says "Hello, Jovan," and then they're typing the next message, and you already reply.
Yeah, you have a delay. Yeah, we have a delay layer, which means we are not triggering this in the moment. That means there is a delay. You will see in the third step that there is a delay, so it will wait for someone to it will not decide instantly.
And hence, shouldn't there be an additional delay step? There is an additional. There is the delay step.
Yes, there is actually. You can put this delay in the prompt itself and in the N8N workflow. I think this is a cool hint. I think we have this in the prompt in the first step, but yeah, we can add this to the template. Definitely use.
And again, same question here from Alexander that we got the answer for. So yeah, how do you handle multiple replies if it's triggered based on the first reply?
Yeah,
that's the delay again.
Yep.
And I'll skip and then I'll go straight to Alexander's second question. Could you talk a bit about how your prompt works to write personalized reply? And does your automation work only for the first replies or any replies? So you already handled the second part of the question, but you can shed some light.
Yeah. To move quickly, you will see our prompt in the resources materials that we will share tomorrow. So yeah, and it replies just to the first message. As I said, you can expand this system to handle your entire conversation, but it requires a lot of more creative and technical work. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess the question there is at what point do you want to take over the conversation, right? If you want to go full AI, okay, but like at some point, like, you know, it's useful enough just to handle the initial part of the conversation. Because the further down you go into the conversation, the further deep you go, the more complex it becomes, like to handle all the scenarios. All right.
I can give also make some addition to this. Is very important because you need to look to understand on which scale you are. Okay, maybe some of you are the, I don't know, you have a 10 sales reps or BDR reps who are in your inbox. Okay, maybe you need a different system. We build this with a very, like, we are the lean team. That means we have just one person that manages 4 or 5 LinkedIn profiles. Okay, what is important for us, that person we don't want this person to juggle the multiple inboxes, whether this is on the LinkedIn or the Aimfox. But in the Aimfox, okay, we want to automate speed to response. That means right now attention span is like, we have attention like a birds, like we don't even read, forget. And our goal is like to improve this speed to conversation. What means when someone replies, not to wait for a 1 day, 2 day, or couple of hours to reply back. So to keep the conversation engaging. And this is very like the key benefit. And you need to look at like on which scale you are. If you have one person that manages your 10 client accounts, inboxes, definitely you will need some, not just automated, but intelligent system. And this is where the AI is great, because you can automate and put intelligence on this automation.
But you're definitely right on, like, the bulk of the value is in just getting that very fast first reply to their reply, right? Because like if you the time to lead there is super important. Like even if you look at a step back, like for example, we like when they accept your connection request, how soon after the connection request is accepted do you send your first message in the Aimfox sequence? And we have like some people are going to be like, I don't want to send it immediately because it's going to make me look fake. But then, and I'm going to do like a 2-hour delay. Some people are going to be like, yeah, I'm going. And as soon as they click connect, it means they're in the app, they're on LinkedIn. Like as soon as they accept my connection request, I want to send them the message as fast as possible. And honestly, like I am leaning more personally towards the latter, towards sending the message as soon as possible. Yeah. So that part is automated. Some people might be against it. Like I like the pace. I like for it to go fast. And then especially with that, they give you a reply. And if you give the second message you send them or the first reply to their reply, if it's also very fast, like everything makes sense, right? And you've already like taken up some of their like, like some real estate in their brain, and they're already thinking about you. So then even if that like third reply has a bit of a delay in it, you already have an established channel of communication, right? And then like, so I agree that a lot of the value is in the time to lead.
Yeah, especially if you look at the LinkedIn landscape in overall, like if you post something and you don't have an engagement in the first hour, 2 hours, like you will not have that reach. That tells you about people's attention on the network and in overall, like and that this is there is a question: what if the human reply during delay? This is why you have the AI intelligence, because AI agent will understand there is a reply there and they will route that doesn't need to be replied on the message. It's already replied. So as I said, this is not a linear automation, guys. This is the AI agentic systems. And this is what we build with an Aimfox, like not a linear automation that happens with a specific set of rules. If happen or not happen, it is actually agent that can decide, route, and communicate in the relevant context and understand the context in your inbox. This is very important. This is where the AI gives you the leverage. Yeah, we have another question.
How do you manage the reply context, basically?
For example, if you have 4 profiles connected and got message from if you have 4 profiles and got the message from the 4 profiles, yeah, because every let's say you can build this this automation is built to a specific profile, not across all 4 profiles. Okay, so you have actually automation like 4 automations. If you manage 4 profiles, you have 4 automations that can be connected to one Slack channel. If I understand correctly, yeah. So this is like very like it is like you can build this on, I don't know, 100 profiles if you like.
Yeah.
And yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the ordinary bro also gave you an answer to the previous question, and it's on point. Like, you know, you can get the full conversation through a node. So like we give you like through the Aimfox API, like through the node, like you can get entire conversation history, right? So that gives you that gives the AI the full context that it needs to act. Now, like if this is a conversation with a new lead, there isn't going to be a lot of previous conversation. But if you're building more advanced workflows that like have multiple touch points, or if, for example, you're reaching out to somebody who you've already had a previous conversation with, which is also a scenario, because with Aimfox, you can run campaigns towards your first degree connections as well. You can get the full context through there. So it's definitely there. And then the question, as we've kind of like handled it as well, like through other ones, is what if human replies during a delay? So yeah.
Yeah, we have, as I said, we have the agent that routes the message that they
Exactly.
will see the reply happened, and they will route.
Hello.
Yeah, they will route the message instantly. By the way, guys, I'm alone with the 2 kids and in the home.
Oh man, I feel you, man. And we appreciate you coming on for. I know how it is. I got 2 little ones at home as well, man.
Yeah. Always, it is very exciting. The thing, this is, to be honest, we build this for our. This is the thing. We haven't built this for our clients. We actually build this for our internal GTM motion, and we are like very happy that, like, you know, because you always build more for a client and not for yourself. And I'm very happy that the team get this initiative to build this, you know, for us. Great.
Yeah. Oh man, you strike a note there, because I'm like, there are like things, for example, you know, like the LinkedIn profile rental, right? We have clients running hundreds of accounts and like on rentals each, and we don't have like they do more volume than we do for ourselves. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, like, you know, like I'm always drilling the team, like, hey, let's wrap up more profiles. And they're like, yeah, but like we already have all these orders and we need to talk to these clients, and those, we always put ourselves last. It goes for both of us.
Yeah, I think, but this is like, you can see there that this is like a company, software business, agency, whatever, who really take care of their clients. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, let's go for one more. And I see people are replying to like the community is replying in the comments. Sorry, last question. No worries, man. Alexander, you're welcome to ask all the questions you want. Do you have a message?
This is great fun.
Yes. Do you have a message log as part of the workflow? For example, Google Sheets node where you get all the messages, the intent and draft, so you can review history to improve.
This is great hint. We don't have like all our messages are stored in our Slack channel, okay? And the thing is, for us, is we are a bit more advanced. That means what you see here is actually, I will just share once again quickly. This is a great question. You can definitely connect the database, but what you see here, this is the OpenClaw agent, and this OpenClaw agent has their own memory, so we can ask them whatever we want, and they will reply us back or give us the report.
Your screen is not. I'll add you to the
right now.
I've just added your screen.
People
weren't seeing it.
Okay. Just a second. I will share quickly. This is the great question. Definitely, the database. Some database should be there. Do you see my screen?
I'll add it to the stage now. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. So what you see here, for example, we did go a bit further because this is the OpenClaw agent, and these OpenClaw agents have their own memory. So we can ask this agent whatever, it's like our database, but this is the great question because definitely you can, this is also the power of the AI automation, because you have the trigger that happens based on some rule that you don't need to trigger. You don't need to press button. Like the workflow will trigger when someone reply to your inbox. Perfect. Okay. Then you have the automation. Okay, that is happening. You have AI agent that resonates, and then this is great hint. When you connect the database, then you can have a memory, and then the agent can read the previous replies and from this database, spreadsheet, Airtable, whatever, and learn by the time. This is a great hint. So I think we can improve this workflow. I will see with the team and maybe add a database like spreadsheet, Airtable, whatever.
And I see some people are already doing it. I did add the Google Sheet, which can log all the conversations with intent and classification. So definitely advanced users all over Aimfox. All right, let me just pick some more. All right, here's a good question. Is this workflow included within Aimfox or additional paid or is it an additional paid service? I haven't attended the live from the start. Yeah, so it's fully included. Like with Aimfox, practically like our pricing model is very simple. We want to give you as much as possible. So all the integrations are included with every plan that you get on Aimfox. API access is included in every plan. Webhooks are included. MCP server, everything is available to everybody. So there are no hidden fees and available like when it comes to this. And also, as we discussed, Jovan, from the beginning of this webinar, the N8N Labs team is going to be sharing this template and this workflow to everybody who attended this live, and you can expect to get it alongside the recording in tomorrow's or later today's email. And we also plan on introducing like a place inside of Aimfox where we're going to be showcasing the best templates that we see people using, and a lot of those are going to be built by Jovan and the rest of the guys from N8N Lab. Because they're definitely specializing in this and they're building some amazing stuff. So
just to give our 2 cents on this because of the relevancy. You guys see a lot of AI slop out there, like people sharing on LinkedIn. I build cloud automated systems. I build N8N workflow that replaces my entire blah blah. There is like a 90% of the things that you see. This is what we are talking. We are working with the real clients, with the real companies here. There is a AI slop, big AI slop, especially on LinkedIn. Like, and the thing is, what you can expect from us is you see that we tested on ourselves, okay, and we launch this live. So everything that you will see from that we produce for the Aimfox for the templates, you will know this is the tested with the right hypothesis, with the right problem, and with the right solution. Okay, this is not. We will not share some AI slop templates that don't work at all. So yeah, this is what you can expect.
And we won't let anybody share any AI.
Yeah, of course. This is this is the
so
the first condition. Yeah.
Two layers of authentication. First it's you guys, and then it's us.
Yeah, and I think sorry. Also, my additional 2 cents. This is one like when people pay for something. Sometimes it's more costs you to not pay for something and consume a lot of unstructured information instead of paying subscription. Like if you are, I don't know, solopreneur, whatever, you pay like a one subscription of the Aimfox. I don't know what is 25. The cheapest seed is 25.
On the agency plan, it's 25. For seat by seat users, $49. Yeah.
For 49, whatever. Okay, so for a 49, like you don't just get the like Aimfox subscription. You get much more value than that. Like as Alex said, like they work on their APIs. Right now, they will work on sharing the N8N workflows, Claude, MCP with the Claude, etc. So you're not paying just this subscription. You're paying much more value to get actual, stuff for your needs, not some overall AI slop, and you need to search internet to find what is best for your use case. And when you find what is good for use case, it's very hard for you to implement this, or it is not according to your business model, etc., etc. So there is a much more value than just a single subscription that you are getting. Yeah,
for sure. That's the whole idea. So guys, we're slowly reaching the end of this webinar. If there are any last minute questions you want to drop, Now is going to be your last chance. But other than that, like Jovan, like this was a really productive session. Like I'm really glad that we did do this because like it's one of the things we get asked the most. Like, do you have an AI agent that's going to like reply to messages inside of Aimfox? And it's something we don't have yet. Soon, in a few months, we will. But like, you know, there is the big feature that we're building now is like a full flow builder where advanced users are going to be able to build even more advanced workflows with directly with Aimfox. And so like I see one more question here. And let's pop it up. Alex, I thought you said that was the last one. I'm just kidding. Jovan, if you were to add a database, you would just add it as a memory to the AI agent node. So it would be a RAG system or something else.
Yeah. You can, like, if we build the RAG systems, this is like something very complex, you know, to build the RAG system behind, because what is the goal of the RAG system is to use your internal knowledge, okay, in the structured vectorized database, and also search for the knowledge outside of the, like, your database. That means the public available knowledge. So in short, to answer your question, you can add, again, depends on the scale you are. If you are like on a smaller scale, you can just go with a simple AI agent node and then expand from there. If your requirements, if you're a big agency, I would recommend you to build the RAG system behind, because you want this data to, like, AI to learn from this data and to give you some creative solutions.
Awesome. Listen, where can people find you if they have any questions? If you're open to getting questions, is LinkedIn a good place?
Yes, definitely. Like LinkedIn is a place to be. So,
well, then,
for
like,
B2B, see no other. Yeah, sorry.
Well, then we'll share. You can find Jovan on LinkedIn, and we will be sharing this the recording of this live alongside with the template. And for you guys that are still with us, and there are a few of you there, I see. Next week we're going to be diving into the MCP server, so that is definitely something you'd want to put on your calendar. We will be sending out the invites to that, so just keep an eye on your email. And Jovan, do we do one more question? Let's do one more question.
For sure, yeah. I'm all yours, guys.
They're coming in. What if lead replies with the voice? Ooh,
no capability. Yeah, I can answer this instantly. We didn't think about that, to be honest, and good insight. Our agent reads just the plain text message. So if there is it will just read a message, but if someone sends a message with some link or URL or image or voice, it will not read it. So this is the good insight, yeah.
But I also like the suggestion, like, is it going to human in loop, right? That can definitely make sense. Like, if
yes,
voice,
this is human in the loop. He will decide, like, okay, this is what you need to review, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't read the last question. I just see the voice. Yeah. So yeah, it will route to the human in the loop. Yeah.
One of the functionalities that you do have also with Aimfox, for those of you that don't know, is the ability to automate sending voice notes and attachments through your outbound sequences. So you can even outreach with a voice note, you know. All right. Listen, guys, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And I mean, these 50 minutes flew by. This was very interactive. Jovan, again, thank you so much for taking the time to share some of this knowledge with us. I know you're alone with your kids at home, so I really appreciate this, and I'm sure everybody in the audience does. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm looking forward to us building more cool stuff together. And for you guys in the audience, I'll see you all next week when we go for the MCP server. Go on.
Right. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day, and let's automate.
Let's do it.